So I heard you like to take skulls. So do I. My name's OG Name Taken, or Die Quietly, and I'm going to show you how to do it. And do it very easily, being able to auto every battle after first. We are on Legendary Very Hard with max stats modifiers. Let's get into it. Alright, first, embed your hero. You can check what trade you got. This one's always random. See if you got something good or bad. This is a mid one. Okay, first we want to recruit a hero. Obviously, good and bad traits. You can save them if you find ones that you like. Disciplined and tough are decent. So it doesn't really matter though. Traits are traits. They're just a little bit of a percentage. Recruit your hero and then try and put him into Skulltaker's army. He won't be able to reach there, but he'll move a bit. Need it. Then you want to recruit a lord. Doesn't matter which one. These ones do amazing in auto resolve. I actually like these ones for late game, but completely you can pick whatever. Doesn't matter. Your lord will spawn at the back here. You want to right click enter the settlement, and then you want to leave the settlement on the right hand side. So your lord is now here. You want to grab another hero. Once again, doesn't matter. I'm not even going to look at it. And attempt to put this hero here into this lord that you just recruited, and he will run through, and now you're set up over there. With your building, interchangeable. If you like these units, grab those. If you want to change it over to a mortal and you want to grab some mortal units, get those too. It does not matter. But if you want to go what I'm doing, just grab a bit of growth. Now this fight here, everything else can be autoed after this, but this cannot. For whatever reason, I think it's his ranged units and his lord is same as ours that I was recommending. It's great in auto resolve. It will damage us heavily and the range units. But we're just going to fight this super quick. I'm going to show you how to do it easily, even if you're brand new to the game. It takes no skill, nothing else, very easy. And let's get into it. Alright, if you're a brand new player, I recommend setting a control group for Skulltaker. Just select Skulltaker, press 1, control 1. Now grab Skulltaker and everything down to these blood letters on your cards and shift between them, shift select them, and drag them all over there. Grab these guys, shift select them, drag them all over there. Start the battle, send the right side up the right, and these guys up the left. If you want to do what I just did then, you can hold down Alt and it will move your whole formation. If you need to turn it, you can hold down Control and turn it. But we're not here for a movement video, we're here for a guide on Skulltaker. And this is very brain dead, very easy. Just hold down spacebar, keep an eye on their range. Once these guys are over here, just doesn't matter where you put them, just do a big circle around them. We're just going to encircle these guys. Big things we need to note for this fight. Your hero is going to get destroyed by their lord, so don't let them fight. And we want to get on top of their horrors so they don't shoot us. And apart from that, that's pretty much it. Just don't be in their range until we're ready to fight, and let them recover. Fatigue is a big thing, especially in legendary difficulties. Just let them sit here for a second, especially since they're not going to do anything. Alright, so now we're going to send Skulltaker in. This is why we got control group 1, so even if we're not there, we can select them. If they start shooting you, sometimes they do, sometimes they don't, do a little zigzag, but just send him in. Now select everything else, shift select, and just bring them all in. It doesn't matter what you select, just get them starting to move. Try and slip Skulltaker through if you can. Doesn't really matter if you can't. Or just make them chase you a bit, waste their time. If you can get him on the Lord, that's ideal. But, you know, you can just let him free ball in the middle if you like to. Use your ability. Now, actually start selecting some targets. Make sure that all the horrors have targets on them. Skull Crushers don't really go well into those corn units, but that's fine. These guys will get a little bit damaged, that is fine. Try and spread these guys out. You just want to make sure that every one of these units is occupied so they can't shoot at you. This one here is a bit free, so we'll move our chariot in there. Skulltaker is taking quite a beating. but it is perfectly good. These guys will die quite quickly. And we'll be able to speed this up for a second. I didn't move these units very well. You should spread them out and try and circle them around, but you know, once again, doesn't matter. Keep an eye out for any ZZZs down the bottom. It means that your units are free. Now that Lord's gotten very lucky and hit Skulltaker a few times, but we're going to continue with this and show you that it really doesn't matter. Fast forward. If I was doing this fight for a real game, or you guys, you can do this strategy much more better. You know, slow it down. Make sure that you guys aren't getting destroyed. Just make sure that you kill this Lord. Get all the free XP. You can chase the stuff down if you want to. Alright, we can take some replenishment, a bit of cash, or skulls. If you're a blood host type of person, you like to raise your host, you can go for the skulls. Replenishment, not really needed considering all the units are pretty good. I'm just going to take the money. Skip through all this, you can read it if you want to. Alright, move Skulltaker to the edge of the province. Or your region, I guess. This is crew. And yeah, keep an eye out for these guys. So we need to, so overall we want to get a non-aggression with these Dark Elves, non-aggression with these Dark Elves, a non-aggression with Luther Harkin, and then eventually we're going to peace out with these guys here. So all our borders, like a big U shape, will be protected, or not really protected, but no one's coming through, no one's looking at hitting us, and we can go north freely. So this is what we're going to set up for. So we can see these guys. I'm going to join the war against the Blue Vipers, get an aggression, get some money. The Blue Vipers later will become weak. Jade, one bow will be hitting them, and they'll just be having a whole heap of problems. They'll pay you a bunch of money to peace out with them. Even though we can see these guys, we can't diplo with them yet. So, you know, just have to wait till we can do that and join their war, but that's fine. Tech-wise, I like to get this first as my very first tech, and then we want to rush towards the growth battle after winning the battle. That's why I say that it doesn't really matter what you build in here, because the winning the battles is what's going to give you a lot of your growth anyway, so it doesn't really matter. All we're going to get for demonstration purposes just is Route Marcher, the movement speed buff on these lords. Same with these guys when they become available. I'm only going to get Route Marcher and the mobility ones. We're going to leave all the other skills off them. If I remember to, I'm going to make sure I take all these items off them as well, just to show you how powerful it is. Alright, we're going to siege with Skulltaker. Encircle it. We're going to recruit our ROR. We're going to grab our heroes. Embed them. If this hero can't reach, that's perfectly fine. He can reach in this case, but just to show you, if he can't for whatever reason, sometimes there's a little variant. Grab this Lord, send him into March, and just send him to whatever range your hero has. But in this case, both hero and Lord can get there, so we're just going to send our Lord in, and we're going to stick him in our second guy. I'm going to press R on the keyboard to make my units go faster. There we go. And we're going to auto this. We're going to occupy. We occupy because this river going through will actually block you. If you raise this, you can't go through a raised building. So, and the river here will cut your movement. You won't be able to reach there next turn. Building wise, again, doesn't matter. User's choice. If you like growth, grab some growth. If not, don't. grab some units, and if you have any movement left, send him through. Once again, we're going to make sure I don't have any items on. You guys definitely recruit all your items. You don't usually need to double up on the mobility here, but there's a thing that it's the last upgraded hero that will have its effect done, so I'm just going to get that just in case this one he doesn't have it. Let's make sure we don't have any items on. Cool. Check if you can see these guys yet. No, can't yet. Skill points, yep. So I like going for the experience first. You can get the movement if you want to, but experience, in my opinion, is much better. There's a bit of extra cash there if you needed to global recruit. You can do that as well. Or you can recruit another lord here and send him over here to get vision a bit earlier on these guys to diplo with them a little bit earlier. Or just recruit another lord for, purposes of, having more auto resolve. But I'm going to leave that all free to you guys. You can pick and choose what you want to do with that. We're going to do the very bare minimum and show you what you can get away with, and then you guys can take it from there. Next turn. All right, we're going to go to Albrecht. We're going to join his war on the lizards. Grab some free money. Now, we're going to hit with Skulltaker first. Sometimes it blocks the other lord's movement a little bit. Now, if you had that second lord there with a bit more extra army, this is obviously you'd have extra already, so, you're only going to do better than I am at this stage. Bring your other lord up, take him out of March if you can reach to give you a bit more auto weight. If he's in March stance, he'll be tired. Pyrrhic victory, even though we lose nothing. So, okay, auto that. Occupy again. You've got just enough. Cool. I'm going to take my items off if I received any, just make sure. No items but a banner, and we'll get rid of this. And we're just going to make sure that I'm just taking mobility, and that's it. Apart from this lord getting the second mobility, this is all the upgrades that we'll do. Once again, user choice, I just get some growth. Alright, this is important. If you can, sometimes, depending on your, if you've got fleet-footed, etc., or campaign movement range, you'll be able to get here without going into March. If you can't, just go into March and go here. Do some recruiting. If you wanted to, you can obviously global. Tech, we want to head towards the growth. Heading towards there. Keep checking on your Diplo if you can see them or not. Nope. So right now, as it stands, this guy's going to give us 8.2k for free, piecing out with him. Grab your free money. That will help a lot, obviously, if you've got other lords here sitting here doing some recruiting, etc., or just recruiting extra lords. So you've got heaps of money to play with, heaps of stuff to do. We're going to end turn. And we're not going to cut here because we're going to show you why we take the city. And this is why we take this city, Albrecht Bordelot. On very hard or legendary difficulties, we'll march towards the lizards over here, and he'll be sitting right on top of the garrison. Even though our garrison is brand new, we can attack him freely because, he's not at war with anyone, we're not. You could recruit another lord right here just to get some free XP. Like I'm saying, you could do extra just to make it way easier on you guys. I'm going to do it the hard way. Bare minimum. We're just going to declare war because we can't join through him because we're already at war with him. And we're going to auto this. We lose a bloodletter up here. We're going to lose the whole garrison, which is why we take that. And the rest of our army is going to be fine, even though it says high casualties. Bit beaten up, doesn't matter. Take some replenishment or some money. I'm going to take a bit of replenishment. Cool. I take those banners off, or whatever I just got. I'm just going to grab that skill point because I wasn't sure which one I upgraded last. So now we just have movement speed on all of them and the second skill point. We're not touching any more skills now. I'm going to turn that notification off. All right. Now we want to move down to that border edge. And we want to do some recruiting. Go onto camp stance, recruit, and recruit. Now you've noticed we've got full army, but we have a global slot left. We will merge two of these together and recruit another. Grab your boy and stick him as close as you can to Skulltaker. We can get our first level in teleporting now. And now we should be able to see these guys. We can't exactly non-aggression with them yet. On easier difficulties, you will. Don't take the money because they'll like that you're just helping them in the war. We're going up to -3, and you just keep an eye on it. You can offer them a little payment here if you want. And you'll see that we're going up to +7. So in a couple of turns, he's guaranteed to give us a non-aggression. And that'll be our western border completely safe. These guys do nothing. Out of 200 hours of Skulltaker, I've only ever seen variance like once or twice with these guys. But regardless, by the stage that they come up or random Itza comes up and attacks, I've only ever seen it once. And you'll be so powerful by then that you'll be able to just deal with it or defend your borders. So don't worry about that. Consider that safe. And we're just going to keep an eye out for Luther Harkin here. We can't diplo with him yet, but we will soon. So we've got our recruitment going. That's all good. Buildings as well. You can keep an eye on that. Do whatever you want. I'm just going to turn that off as well. So we'll notice that this other army's marched down here. There's a heap of variants, whether they stay there, whether they come down, whether they have a second lord or not. It doesn't matter in the end. If they've got a second army on the edge here, what you can do is, regardless if it's like this, right now, Skulltaker or the other lord can't go through the settlement because it's owned by the zone of control blocked. What we can do is grab our second lord. We can go and encircle it. This will open up the zone of control so Skulltaker can get through, and we can be placed on the side. Now, if that second lord is there, we do that exact same thing. We go on siege with our second one, and we would attack the second lord with Skulltaker, and it wouldn't bring in the reinforcements of the garrison or the lord inside occupied by a siege. But what we do, since it's not there, we go and stand on this side. Now we break the siege with our second lord. We siege with Skulltaker. And we can just bring our second lord through up here. Cool. And we want to hit this. Now we want to, obviously this is an auto thing. I'm showing you how to auto everything. We want to take this as skulls, raise it. The reason we went through is so it could bounce up a little bit that way. And we want to, we should be able to see Luther now. Yep. If he's still at war with his vampire coast, you can join it. He doesn't give you that much for it, but regardless, Luther will end up liking you. We're going up to +1. You can give him a little bit of a gift too, just to get things rolling with him. And in a couple of turns, he'll end up giving you a non-aggression as well. Lower difficulties, you should be able to just join the war on the vampires and immediately grab non-aggression. So just keep an eye on both these guys. They'll eventually give you non-aggressions. Skulltaker. Now, if that second army's there, or they've somehow got two, lots of variants, doesn't matter. You have a couple options. You can either try and ambush here, which is quite a high chance. Not really recommended though. Just stay into camp. Keep moving up. If you're going to ambush here, you would use your Unholy Manifestation and capture this, giving you replenishment in this province. But since it's not, we don't need to. So we're just going to global recruit, where our army's full again, so we just merge our lowest health units. And it's like we've almost got a full army again. Making sure that I didn't get any items. Yep, we're all good. And we want to continue heading towards our growth research. Oh, we got very lucky there and got the province for free through Drawn Through Destruction. That's why we took that first research into colonizing. That generally won't happen, obviously. The reason you raise that is to stop Luther taking it and just, getting your city and your province for free. If that happens and Luther does appear here and want to take this, just use that unholy manifestation. Just take it for yourself instead. Otherwise, just leave it as a raised capital unless you're doing that ambush we were talking about before. Or you can even just send another lord down and recruit it later. Don't use these skulls just yet though, because we want to capture this. Because this here has another river. If you raise this from this side, same thing as this one down here, you won't be able to get through and keep your bloodletting going up. Speaking of which, you should have a quest now or next turn. Gain a bloodletting streak of 8 victories. You can see your streak down here. This army currently has 5 victories. After this settlement, it will be 6. So we do the same thing. If they have 2 armies here, or that big army stayed here and they've started recruiting another one, do the same thing. If the big armies in the settlement, siege it with the second lord and go hit the second free one with Skulltaker, kill it, and then double attack it basically. But since they're just chilling by themselves, just do it normally. Head up, just take it. Or not exactly take it, but we'll have a look at it in a second. You can auto it, obviously. You guys will be pretty beat up. You've got 2 options here. You can either sack for, a ridiculous amount of money depending on difficulty, or if you're a fan of creating blood hosts down the line, you can raise it now and grab some skulls that'll give you 2 blood host armies. So if you're thinking about recruiting those extra lords and getting some extra armies up, this is a perfect way to start your blood host down south, or wherever direction you're feeling. I'm going to take the money because we're showing you how to do a neutral opener. If I had my extra lords here and we were starting attacking down there, I would definitely take the skulls, but we don't need it. So you now have another option when you sack. You can, Skulltaker now is on 7 victories. 6 victories, my apologies. We can either stay here one more turn and hit it next turn, that'll be 7, and then use Unholy Manifestation, which will give us our 8th victory. It will summon an army. Or we can hit it next turn and teleport over here. The problem is we don't have vision currently, so what we're going to do is recruit a lord purely just for vision next turn. You would obviously probably have some other lords hanging around or some other heroes, whatever you're doing extra, or your only objective is to get vision on that. So we're going to sit here in replenishment. And we're going to recruit. If anyone is super injured, let's just do a couple of these. We don't really need to go too bad with this. I mean, talk about wasting money, and we already have 16k by turn 6, so you can kind of do whatever you feel like. There you go. So you'll have a pretty strong army here. These chariots, in my opinion, for doing this auto stuff, not really worth it. It's probably worth, merging as much as you can, because if you want to, you can fight this next turn. If that big army was there, you'd have to fight that. You'd be pretty banged up. And then fighting this is pretty too. So, but we'll see. Save your skulls. I like saving them for the tier 3 teleport. And we're going to end our turn. Keep an eye on Luther. I don't know if I've checked that this turn. I'm kind of freeballing this the script on this guide. There is no script, obviously, but how about our guys over here? All right, they're still going up. Just keep checking on them. If they need a little bit of a gift just to keep them, happy or whatever, do that. Eventually they will non-aggression with you and they will never be a problem again, so don't stress too much about it. One thing I forgot to mention, I reloaded this turn at this exact same spot, was that there's a couple of options you have after you've sacked this building. Obviously, you can just get that going. This lord here, you can either keep it here and just keep this as a sack city, and just sack it every turn. It'll generate you some money. You know, you can gain experience, bloodletting, blah, blah, blah. I don't really like to do that anymore. We used to do that in the very start of the game. Or you can move him back this turn. Skulltaker, and another thing to talk about too is you can either keep your teleport defensively. He can't teleport at the moment because we're recruiting. You can keep his teleport for defensive reasons. You know, if it's randomly attacks or whatever. I've never really seen it happen. These lizards will get killed by Luther, so it's not really an issue. Or you can use it offensively, which is what I'm going to do here. So we're going to, since we're using it offensively, we're going to move our other hero back, start them heading back over. And next turn, Skulltaker will have vision of this and be able to teleport. If you're keeping this lord here, you would send, you know, some other lords there just to all gain the experience of the sack each turn. So not really worth just doing it with one guy. No supply lines for corn, so apart from the upkeep of each individual lord, there's no real downside to recruiting extra. So, you know, 175 gold a turn for something like this, which can, you know, change the stats of auto in battle, is extremely cheap and extremely cost effective. Sometimes you can just get 4 of these guys and just take a unoccupied city very easily, or even with, you know, some half armies on lower difficulties. You'll just have to experiment yourself and see what you can get away with if you want to do that sort of shenanigans. And we're going to end our turn. All right, we're at the start of turn 7. We spread enough corn crops and we earned another 6,000 gold. We've got a talisman. Again, we don't need any items or any kills. Where'd our talisman go? Oh, it's not even equipped. Yeah, we're just going to salvage it so it doesn't, so I don't accidentally have it equipped. Skulltaker again. We're at 6 victories, so we're going to hit. We're going to, I like to raise this just to get Albrecht out of the way, otherwise you can keep the sack city here and just keep going. There's Albrecht gone. Gorok actually tried to declare war on us last turn. He just asked for payment. Just pay him off. Doesn't matter. We've got so much money and so much money to come that Gorok asking for 1,000 gold is not an issue. Now we have vision. We're going to teleport to this lord with our vision. If you can, stick him in. You could wait a turn there if you wanted to. You can definitely wait a turn for this guy to catch up if you'd like the experience on him. But this turn we need unholy manifestation, the extra victory. So if you're going to wait a turn, you wouldn't teleport Skulltaker, you'd just move him down normally. You'd use the unholy manifestation this turn and just get your 8th victory, do some recruiting. Maybe Gorok's being a bit of a dick, who knows? You know, you'd be around here somewhere. Just do some recruiting. It'd be one turn. The main objective is just to get this quest done and give us a ton of money and a Hellblade. So as long as you get that quest done, we're all gravy. Plus, you guys should have other lords and stuff running around to doing other stuff or reinforcing this. So we are playing like bare bones minimum, getting away with some crazy stuff. So order this again. Make sure nothing dies. If your heroes are like super low before you start the fight because you like had to fight a big battle before you jumped, just take them out of the army before you initiate it. Just encircle it and then remove them. So we are occupying here. Get through. There's our Hellblade. There's all our stuff. There's our money. And just out of habit, we're just going to delete it because I don't want to accidentally use it. But right now, as you can see, we've only had the movement. We've used no skills on anything. Just Root Marcher. This is stuff you get for free when they level up. Mounts. Route Marcher. This guy's got nothing. No items. We've been deleting the whole way. And we haven't summoned any extra armies. We've got 26k to our name. These guys here will start coming along. Just keep an eye on them. You know, offer them some payment. 1400 gold in the terms of 25k is not that much. And you're going to be earning more and more and more as you go. So check out where Luther is. He's coming along. Going up to 15. He'll give us a non-aggression soon anyway, so don't worry about him. Keep an eye on Gorok. He wanted money last turn. See if he goes to war with anyone. Otherwise, you know, the Dark Elves and Luther will start, you know, messing around. You know, just keep an eye on everything, basically. Recruit a Lord here if you need to defend it. Gorok won't be able to take your stuff very easily, even with full armies. Just recruit 4 of these together. You know, a couple of bloodletters, you know, especially sitting here. He won't be able to take it, even without walls. So yeah, now you're looking at just heading north. Marcus is very easy to kill. Same situation next turn. We just jump straight to here. We've done our bloodletting thing, so you can even slow down if you want. We've done our, you know, quest and everything. We could, you know, stop here and recruit or build up stuff. Bragone, you know, we'll just leave that to come back, just like we were going to leave that one to come back. You can, if you still got your Unholy Manifestation, you can use that there too. If you just want to take your capital, it doesn't matter. Everything here is interchangeable. Your tech, your items, your skills, none of it really matters. We've got nearly a full army. We've autoed everything after the first fight. You know, jump up here, hit that. I would suggest raising it. Start heading this way. Marcus Wolfheart will send some armies down to try and hit you. You've got like an 80% ambush chance between these, jungle. So it's, if you want to ambush, you can. You know, otherwise Wolfheart won't have enough to deal with you anyway. And yeah, you'll have your borders protected and easy goings. Try and keep your Exalted alive for as long as you can. If they die, not a big deal. If this guy dies, good riddance, because, you know, his replenishment rate is terrible. It's probably even just better just to get a straight up, you know, bloodletter in there. So yeah, have fun. Any questions or comments or feedback, please let me know. I'll do some more of these videos on some other factions soon, and I might even do a advanced video on this too, just to really OCD squeeze out the most you could possibly get out of it. If you guys are interested in that, let me know. Have a good day, and thank you for watching.